At some point, folks, you just gotta think, like, it seems as if to be any person in the Republican Party, you definitely need to commit some sort of a crime. It's like there is a ritual or something that they keep telling these folks in their gatherings that, hey, to be relevant, you need to break a law. Hey folks, John here. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to This World My Take, your go-to space where headlines meet real talk. How you guys doing, folks? I hope you're having a great week so far. I wish you all the best. Folks, I want us to talk about the recent scandal of Mike Johnson. Yes, this man has been hit with new accusation which shows a clear-cut violation of federal law. Now remember, I said it seems as if to be a member of the GOP, you must have a criminal mind or you must do something criminal to prove that you belong to the team. Now recently, man, there was a publication which I came over and it was actually posted on the 8th of August a couple of days ago. And I want us to talk about that. But before we do, folks, please do help the platform out. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like. I appreciate everyone who subscribed so far. And I'm seeing you guys engaging with me in the comment section. God bless you, folks. Now, I want us to talk about this whole Mike Johnson situation. Now, I want you to remember, this man goes around parading himself, calling himself a Christian. I don't know what kind of Christian gets involved in criminal law breaking. Oh wait, maybe those in the Republican Party, they just use this word, I'm a Christian, I believe in this, I believe in that, just to make the dumb crowd of America believe or actually feel like they actually are being, or they live by the principles of being a Christian. Folks, I'm going to read to you this, man. Mike Johnson hit with new accusations showing clear-cut violation of the federal law. Now, what federal law did this man break? Folks, House Speaker Mike Johnson has been accused of using campaign money to pay his rent in what the government watchdog group Campaign Legal Center described as a clear-cut violation of federal campaign finance law, newly filed against complaint alleged. Look, sometimes I just feel like we are watching a movie. It's like all these things happening in America today. It just looks like it's a movie where a bunch of people who actually make over $1,000 an hour, they're convinced their bases who make less than $100 an hour, way less, that the people that are earning less than $10 an hour are the problem, aka the Mexicans, the Latinos, the immigrants. They're demonizing that demographic while they are perpetuating such federal law crimes. Mike Jones, who goes around saying that he's a Christian, this, I believe in this, look at the kind of criminal stuff that he's doing. Every GOP member does this mess. Matter of fact, every politician does this mess. Let's not just point the finger to the GOP, but it is prone to the GOP to act like this. In separate complaints filed this week with the Federal Election Commission and the Office of Congressional Conduct, the watchdog group alleged that Johnson and his campaign committee, they used campaign funds to pay for the top House Republican's personal rent for his residence in Washington, D.C. Folks, there is a law in the books that you cannot use campaign funds to pay for private things. But apparently, because these guys know that their man is in office, they can do whatever they want to do or whatever they feel like doing. And nobody's going to hold them accountable. Now, this is us against them. We are better than them. We are the top of the class when it comes to Americans than those down there, those dumb folks who keep supporting these guys blindfoldly and they keep donating to these guys. I don't know when all of these people that support some of these rogue politicians in America will wake up. I truly do not know when you guys gonna wake up. But this is not gonna end, folks. Let's keep reading. The use of campaign funds for personal expenses is strictly prohibited under campaign finance law. When elected officials use campaign contributions for such personal expenses, they enrich themselves and undermine the public's trust in their elected officials and the campaign finance system. The complaint reads, folks, Lots of people have already lost the trust in this GOP and in this government right now. Lots of people they've lost it for a while. Mind you, Democrats do the same thing as till there's no politician in America that you say, oh, this is a clean one. If you dig deeper, you will find some kind of criminal, messed up things that they do underneath all that pretense like I'm this for you, I'm that for you. They are not there to serve the people. Most of these Congress members, when they come into office, and most of these politicians, they just want to get rich. They want to live the best life, which is why some of them don't want to get out of Congress. Some of them stay there and they do whatever to stay in power. You feel me? Let's keep reading, folks. House rules require Speaker Johnson and other members to verify that campaign funds are used for legitimate campaign expenses. Johnson is currently residing at the residence of his Republican colleague, Rep. Darrell Issa from California, who told Semaphore in late April that the Speaker was a friend and needed a place. Issa purchased the home earlier this month for $1.5 million from former Republican Mark Green, whose estimated net worth has exploded to more than $45 million since being elected in office in 2018. Like I said, folks, all these guys are after is to enrich themselves. Heck, Rich Scott told us this when he said this.
He made a reference to billionaires. Okay? I don't know when in this country it became a negative to make money. But somehow, if you've made money, you're supposedly, I think Senator Harley suggests, you shouldn't be serving because you might trade stocks. Now, I came up here, I made money. I started out never knowing my dad, living in public housing. I lived the dream that many of us want to live, not be broke. But somehow now, if you've made money, somehow it's negative up here. But somehow it's suspect because I made money. I don't know how many people in the audience, how many of you don't want to make money? Anybody want to be poor? I don't.
Yes, he doesn't want to leave poor, folks. Millions, his worth went to 45 million, things, everything. Okay, and is amongst Congress' most successful and lucrative stock trader. Yes, think about that. Inside stock trading, that is another thing that I don't know when it's ever going to end. The complaint detailed 5 campaign fund disbursement of $2,500 US or $12,500 in total for rent to Green Properties Inc., which is owned by Issa. Given that the disbursement made no mention of rent being for office space or other legally permitted expenses, the watchdog alleged that the records do indicate that Johnson violated the FECA by converting campaign funds to personal use. This is never going to end, folks. Johnson's previous residence in Washington, D.C. was a 3.7 million townhouse that doubled as a ministry center run by Tennessee pastor Steve Berger, a powerful ally of Governor Bill Lee, who resigned from his church board after allegations that he failed to act on child abuse claims. Folks, I have a whole lot to say. I have a whole lot I can say. But at this point, America is being ruled by a gang of thieves. People who do not play by the books, but they do expect you to play by the books. People who earn a whole lot of money, but yet they watch those in their constituents go without. Some people even go without Medicare. Some people go without food. It's terrible to see that these are the people that a section or a faction of America keeps supporting to stay in power. Folks, this world is complicated and we will keep talking about it. Stay blessed, and I want you to leave a comment and let me know exactly how you feel about this whole mess.